We look forward to more explanation from both of you.
Salamat po.
Okay.
Alright, Mark, apat na mga testigo ang nakatakdang ipresenta ngayong araw na ito ng depensa sa ika-32 araw ng paglilitis. At inaasahan natin na siguro ay aabot pa rin hanggang alas 7 itong hearing ngayong araw na ito.
At mukhang tuloy-tuloy na po yung pagbigay ng opinyon. Hindi lamang po ng ating mga spokesperson sa kanilang press briefing, pati na rin kasi yung mga senador, they're already beginning to express their interpretation kung paano nga i-interpret itong batas. Sinimulan po ni Senator Miriam yung kanyang konting interpretasyon kahapon, pero hindi po ito opinion ng lahat ng senator judges. Siyempre, personal niya yung pananaw.
Nagsalita rin si Senador Joker Arroyo at kanyang itinanong sa lahat ito na dapat daw nilang pag-isipan is a correctable offense, an impeachable offense. Kasi nga ito yung patungkol pa rin, Mark, dito sa mga hindi na-fill-upans at inaccuracies dito sa SALN ni Chief Justice
Yun
Corona.
Kung yung inaccuracy ba, siyempre iba pa yun dun sa hindi mismong na-declare at gaano kabigat ang treatment nito vis-a-vis the requirement for integrity and probity. Kaya hingan siguro natin ng isang third-party observation, objective observation. Ang spokesperson po ng Integrated Bar of the Philippines, miyembro po ako nito, lahat po ng abogado, miyembro po nito. Siya po ay Governor for Northern Luzon Region, but also the spokesperson, Attorney Dennis Habawel. Magandang hapon po, Attorney.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat.
Attorney Dennis, yun nga, itatanong namin sa iyo ni Mark, itong mga inaccuracies, mga hindi na-fill-upan sa SALN, ito ba ay impeachable offense?
Okay. Siguro we will take it from yung sinabi ni Senadora Miriam, no? That we're actually making history here.
Yes.
Because it is up to this
Impeachment
court to put a meaning to that. Sila ang magkakabit ng meaning niyang kung impeachable offense nga itong although a lot of opinions have already been voiced out, no? That one saying that the offenses should rise to the level of high crimes, no? Like treason, bribery. Otherwise, bakit mo pa, di ba, in-enumerate? And if you look at the provisions of the American impeachment law, it uses misdemeanor. Doon natin kinopya yan eh. So, nung hindi natin kinopya yung misdemeanor, na misdemeanor kasi is maliliit na offenses lang. Yung omissions o kaya traffic violation, mga ganyan.
Misbehavior po.
Misbehavior lang.
Pero Attorney,
nung hindi natin kinopya yun, ibig sabihin, hindi tayo sang-ayon na maliliit lang yung offense. That's the thinking of the other side.
That's the other side. Pero meron ding ibang nag-argue, Attorney, na for someone who is expected to exercise extreme caution in everything that he does and display utmost integrity and probity in his position, meron ding contra-argument, they're saying na, well, a lower degree of negligence or misdemeanor or malfeasance or kung ano man yan should be sufficient to impeach. Ano po ang tingin nyo dito? Dahil nga, meron kang requirement of probity and integrity unlike other positions like the position of the President or other impeachable officers.
Okay. Everybody is entitled to his own opinion, no? But I guess at the end of the day, what we need to do is to be guided by the law. Ano ang batas natin dito? Yung constitution natin, di ba? Yun ang sinusunod natin. Kasi yung mga hangaring ganyan, mga layunin, tapos na yan eh. Kung dapat panagutin natin yung isang mataas na pinuno ng bayan for a minor crime, has already been decided by the Constitutional Commission. So, dapat doon na tayo tumingin sa produkto nung discussion nila noon. So, let's be guided by the Constitution. So, whatever opinion we have now must be within the contemplation of the Constitution. Di ba?
Pero Attorney Dennis, ano po ba yung talagang nakalagay sa batas patungkol dito sa pagfa-file at pag-fill up ng SALN?
Okay. Yeah. Patungkol naman sa batas, I think it's best that everybody reads the entire law. I'm referring to 6713, ano? Kasi, kung ma-recall ninyo, sabi ng Constitution, every official must submit a sworn declaration of his assets, liabilities, net worth. Tapos, this declaration is to be made public in accordance with law. 2 years later, in 89, the Congress came up with that law, which is 6713, which is the Code of Conduct and Ethical Behavior of public officials. No?
Yes.
Kung babasahin mo yung buong batas na yan, it is true that there are provisions which direct what data, what facts should be entered. Like, dito sa usapin ng real properties, for example, the law actually requires not only the acquisition cost, the assessed value, the fair market value. Yung tatlong yun, ilalagay mo doon. And so on and so forth, no? But if you read through, ang essence ng batas na to, hindi final yung sinulat nung filer. Because there is a provision on compliance review. In fact, there is a provision here in the law which says that, you know, the law has designated mga compliance officers. Iba-iba. For Supreme Court, it is the Chief Justice himself.
So who reviews the Chief Justice's salary?
Yes.
That's, well, this is, you're questioning the wisdom of the law?
Hindi po.
You ask that to Congress?
No.
Hindi po.
Kasi
sino po ang magre-review dun
Hindi,
sa...
ganito. To be very fair. Sa batas, ang sabi lang dito is that there are committees dapat in the House of Congress, the lower and the Senate, should have designated committees to come up with the rules, no, on how to go about this. But ang nangyari is that the Commission on Civil Service came up with its implementing rules and regulations, and it was in the rules and regulations of the Civil Service Commission na dinesignate nila yung Chief Justice for the Judiciary, yung Executive Secretary for Malacanang, the President.
So, yung Chief Justice nga, yung opisina niya, ang dapat mag-review ng kanyang sariling salin.
Yes, but hindi naman siguro dapat i-fault din yung Chief Justice for having been given that responsibility. But the point I'm trying to make here is that, you see, under the law, this committee, the designated compliance officer, should review the SALNs, whether they have been filed on time, whether they are real, whether they are complete. Tatlo yan, sabi ng batas. Now, pag meron daw, if it were not filed so, that's the language of the law, then the compliance officer must notify the filer and direct the filer to take remedial actions. Now, another important point. The compliance officer may render an opinion, may render his or their opinion in regard to how to comply.
Medyo, it's a unique situation nga, attorney, dahil nga yung Chief Justice mismo are supposed to review. So, bale yung lahat ng protocols mo under that structure ay medyo skewed, no? Ang question ko, attorney, because the Chief Justice is parang, yun nga, expected to review all this. At sila din ang nag-penalize nung ilang mga huwes na hindi nga nakapag-comply in the past. Ano ang dapat treatment ng batas sa kanya, being the person in authority over the judiciary? His non-compliance or failure to comply with accuracy, should it be treated against him with greater severity or dapat mas lenient sa kanya?
Okay, let's try to be precise. No? Doon sa mga kaso, at least those that I reviewed, no, involving SALN, where government officials have been removed, involved cases where there were acts other than the misdeclaration or the failure to declare. Like, for example, in nepotism. When you are required by the law to declare whether you have relatives, and this vice mayor somewhere in the Bicol region did not declare. In fact, he said, no, I don't have relatives. Turns out that, mayor pala, turns out that what he appointed was his first cousin. See? So, it was not really the misdeclaration, but it was the fact that he committed a crime, the crime of nepotism. if you review all these cases, ganun eh. Hindi lang yung may mali sa SALN, but yung mali na yon was a means to commit another crime. If you look at these cases, ganun po dapat ang tingin natin. So, because, alam mo, tao, kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, the law itself provides a mechanism to correct mistakes.
Kaya po ba
You see?
nag-file na yung grupo nila Rizzo Ontiveros and other groups? They've already filed charges against the Chief Justice, or they've filed a complaint against the Chief Justice with the Ombudsman.
Okay.
Kaya po yung the Ombudsman. So, are we saying that because kagaya nun, nepotism is the crime, in this case, it's going to be graft? That's going to be the crime. Ganun po ba yung parallelism?
Dapat ganon. Dapat ganon. Like, the SALN was misdeclared or was
Because there was
so
graft.
badly prepared precisely because he was
There's
trying
graft.
to cover up for graft or or things like this. Then yan. Because that was the idea in the first place.
Graft talaga.
Diba?
It's a prevention of graft.
Yes.
Okay.
So, hindi
detection and prevention.
So, hindi lang yung SALN po, hindi lang po requirement yan. Ito po ay para talaga makita itong mga ginagawa at mga pag-aari po ng ating mga public officials.
Oh, yes. I mean, no less than the Constitution requires this. And I think the idea really here is so that our government officials become accountable. And this is the first step, no? Ipakita, para pag tingin mo pa lang, sabihin mo, uy, sobra naman ang ari-arian nito, dun sa kinita niya, hindi pwede, so may presumption ka na agad, no? But of course, this is not the only way of proving that there was graft and corruption, but this is a good start.
Correct.
This is a good start.
Attorney, how did you find yung pagpapa-interview ng Chief Justice? Marami pong nagsasabi na it is very un-Chief Justice-like